Hey everyone, welcome back to the weekly Shakedown. Thank you for coming back for our third consecutive week. Today we have a bunch of spicy rants and a Kingdom Hearts 3 overview. Getting right into it, we have Kingdom Hearts 3. So, Kingdom Hearts 3 follows Sora at the end of the Seekers of Darkness saga of the series, being the grand finale of the current era in the story, with the battle of the 13 Darknesses against the 7 Lights. The game uses the story and elements of all other games, including the mobile game Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. All of the gameplay was solid, but couldn't bring as much as Kingdom Hearts 2 did. Although those were some really big shoes to fill. The game had a very high emphasis on aerial combat and use of the Keyblade form changes, being when you activate them and your Keyblade becomes a set of weapons such as ice blades and a large spear. Graphically, the game is beautiful, sometimes to a fault when you get distracted by all the beautiful, intricate particle effects. The voice acting, it's still its Kingdom Hearts brand. You know, the Disney characters sound phenomenal still, and they still sound exactly like how the Disney characters would. Although Sora himself is kind of lacking, but that's not really due to anyone's fault. The voice actor has just gotten older. The story, however, is quite top-heavy, being a 70% of the substance being near the end. Not to say the story is bad or lacking, it's just simply strange, so you could easily say the pacing is on the lower end compared to the previous installments. However, the soundtrack is great, and uses a very good mix of remixes of older tracks and new ones. Places like Mount Olympus retains its old iconic themes remade, while new worlds like Arendelle and San Francisco have new full soundtracks. My only gripe, that may be a personal problem, is the attraction attacks. When Sora summons a ride from Disneyland to be controlled in some unique way. These are a great idea on paper, but in game they appear far too often and cheapen the experience, coupled with the fact that when they summon, they replace the music with a very happy-go-lucky song. This can easily break the immersion of fighting a tense boss fight only to hear cheer music going on and Sora on the gang cheering and laughing. All in all, I would give the game around an 8 out of 10, since there are multiple areas I dislike, but many more that I love, but said issues just can't be ignored. Though one specific feature that is nice for me and the community is the addition of the free ability to stop all XP gains, which allows those fabled level 1 runs. Moving away from Kingdom Hearts, we're going on to more of the rant section of the video, where we're going to be talking about Anthem, EA in general as a whole, and we're going to be talking about Deep Silver. Diving into the Deep Silver debacle, Metro Exodus is a new and upcoming game to be released this year, February 15th. Metro Exodus is a new stealthish open-world game for the developers for 4A Games. Talking about Metro Exodus, it's been a tight spot in the past week, with the exclusive deal brokered between Epic and the publisher, Deep Silver. Just 2 weeks before the game's release, the publisher Deep Silver decided it was a good idea to royally screw the game by jumping ship off Steam and into the hands of Epic Games. You know, the Fortnite people. At this point, Steam has already removed Metro Exodus from the Steam market, but not without voicing their own opinion. An excerpt from Steam. Sales of Metro Exodus have been discontinued on Steam due to a publisher decision to make the game exclusive to another PC store. The developer and the publisher have assured us that all prior sales of the game will still be fulfilled on Steam, and Steam owners will be able to access the game and any future updates through Steam or DLC through Steam. We think the decision to remove the game is unfair to Steam customers, especially after a long pre-sale period. We apologize to Steam customers that were expecting it to be available for a sale through February 15th release date, but we're only recently informed of the decision given a limited amount of time to let everyone know. Deep Silver has also come out and said that everyone who physically pre-ordered a copy of Metro Exodus for the PC, they will receive an Epic Game code instead of a Steam code they have literally been promised when pre-ordering. It's unfair and anti-consumer to be pushing this exclusivity on the PC market, and as some of you know, PC gamers do not like exclusivity. If you look at other Metro games released on Steam, you can see other users review bombing the game in protest of new exclusive deal. It's genuinely not fair to the consumer. It also seems that in the midst of all the flack that the game is receiving, according to a very loosely translated post on a Russian online forum known as Gaminator, a 4A games developer named Skynet, I believe that's how it's pronounced, has responded to the PC gamer backlash by simply stating that if anyone, that is how players are going to react, the studio just won't make games for PC anymore. Wow, taking a page out of EA's book. Austrian publisher THQ Nordic makes claims that they had zero involvement with the change to the Epic Game Store. They made the statement one day after Deep Silver and Epic Games reached their deal and announced to remove itself from Steam. According to THQ, the Metro IP is owned by Koch Media, who are the owners of Deep Silver, and they have the final say in what happens. According to their Twitter, the decision to publish Metro Exodus as a timed Epic Store exclusive was made entirely on Koch Media as Metro is their intellectual property. This comes from the heart. I love the Metro games. I thought they have a beautiful story, a beautiful atmosphere that's just so dark and gritty and really just encompasses what it would probably be like to live in a Metro, filled with mushroom vodka and drunken Russians and people just struggling to survive and find happiness in a dark place. And I am just appalled by how Deep Silver is treating their fan base, and knowing full well that almost everyone who plays those games doesn't do it for the, open world, because there isn't. It's a linear game. It's almost a niche fan base that's just being given the finger by Deep Silver, and that's just not okay. They're just taking the route of EA, and I hope soon that EA falls. And honestly, I cannot believe that they have the audacity just to say, well, we just won't make games anymore. That's fine. No, that's not okay. Gonna dig deep right into EA. Over the past decade, everything they've touched has turned into mush, and they robbed us blind. Time after time, we've said no to microtransactions, but we still cave in regardless. We've protested and complained, and they listened for a short time, only to come back and do the same thing over and over again, like an abusive relationship. We're stuck in an endless cycle of credit card numbers and angry rants. EA has taken the route of video game title Grim Reaper, titles such as Medal of Honor, Battlefield, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and Dead Space. The list goes on, and for what? So EA can increase their bottom line using FIFA? You can sit there and use the excuse that those games didn't sell well. And you know why they didn't sell well? Because EA strangled them. They sucked the very life from those games and ruined what we absolutely loved about them. Dead Space 3 was filled with nothing but changes no one wanted. What was supposed to be a microtransactions weapons were given us for free because we protested. Those guns were definitely pay to win. They were definitely overpowered. And what was once a great horror game was turned into generic shooter number 1001. Battlefront was a great game from our childhoods, and EA capitalized on it like they would have another game. The game looked amazing, the game felt amazing, and they knew they had something special on their hands. And they molested our wallets as if it was nothing. They said, oh well, after making sure that millions of dollars in the first few weeks of those microtransactions, they decide, let's give them what they want now, we've made our money. EA took what nostalgia we had for a game and we all loved so deeply as kids and perverted it into something gross. That is what EA does. That is why they are voted the worst company in America over and over again. Dead Space, a game reminiscent of Alien and Resident Evil 4, has been bled dry like a stuck pig, only to have the game canceled due to poor sales. Do you know why they had poor sales? Because of you, EA. You had a game that enticed people from the very first title, and you tried to Call of Duty it. You tried to make a game that was about horror and suspense and turn it into a spectacular, boring game. Your games won't sell because you take the heart and soul about what makes those games and the franchise special. No one wants to buy a game that feels like every other game. Don't forget that they had closed down Visceral Games shortly after Dead Space 3 and Battlefield Hardline. Not to mention the atrocity that was Battlefield 5, which had the most ridiculous launch of a video game in a long, long time. You told your customers to go and leave, so we left. You completely slashed your game's price the first week, and it's absolutely pitiful. The games don't sell because of you. I don't know how many more times I can say that. You can tell me that gamers are spoiled, and maybe we are just a little bit. But there comes to a point where you have to realize, maybe we're right. Maybe we're the ones that give you the money. Maybe we're the ones who buy your games. Because grandma's not going to buy your games. She doesn't care. You're trying to appeal to a younger generation. You want to sell? Maybe sell to people who buy your damn product, EA. And on top of that, your new game Anthem, developed by BioWare, Anthem has turned into one of the biggest embarrassments in video games, and no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to sit there and say that you sold a demo for $5 that most people didn't get to play. You can sit there and tell us the game was buggy because of an upcoming patch, and you willingly sold your stuff in the store for no problem. The game is an unoptimized mess. and I cannot recommend your game to anyone, or your products to anyone for that matter. I only hope that you don't do to BioWare like what you've done to Visceral, Maxis, Pandemic, and many others. EA, you are the video game killer. You are the reason people don't trust DLCs. You are the reason people don't trust pre-ordering games, because every time that they do, and you do that, excuse my language, but you fuck them in the ass, EA. You completely give them no reason to trust you. And honestly, I'm not really sure how you have a video game company anymore. I'm not really sure how you're afloat. I mean, thank God for FIFA, am I right? Thank you everyone who stayed till the end of the video. I really appreciate, you guys, all the likes and the comments. It really means a lot to me. I'm probably gonna be starting a Let's Play series. So if you're interested, I'm probably gonna be playing Stardew Valley. So let me know what you think about that. If not, I can play another game and it can be, we can play together, or, whatever you guys like. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please, it means a lot to me. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.